Rin is begging Visera, and he won't have it. Visera tells her that she should have known better. And I taught you better. I thought I taught you about power. They found the Esperian soldier in the river, and he couldn't do anything after that. I have to agree with him, unfortunately. He can't help her anymore. I still believe he never truly fought for her benefit. His intention has always been to use her. But I will support Rin for burning that soldier. Could she have been smarter about this whole situation? Yes. But one of the things that Rin always does is that she acts before she thinks. I hate that she did the right thing morally, and this is what gets her in trouble. After doing so many wrongs, her luck ran out here. Rin asked for the sword, just like the warlord they executed. She says she deserves that much. The Esperians come in and tell her that she is coming with them. In this moment, when she's demanding the sword, I'm annoyed. Rin is just this annoying brat that killed off the psych. I am not on her side, so I'm gonna be a little bit more critical towards her and everything she says and does. For example, here she's asking for the sword. I deserve that much. You demanding this is not going to work. Like, you're obviously in a position right now to not ask for anything, kid. You are getting screwed over right now. I don't understand this. I demand this. I demand that. Like, it's honestly pathetic. Sister Petra comes out and admits that Rin could maybe convert one day, or she had hoped that Petra could convince her to convert. She brushes her fingers over Rin, and I can see this as a patronizing act, but I think that Petra sees her as a child. Compared to the other people around her, Rin is a child. Rin is the only child in this room. When she's brushing her fingers over this child who she thought she could save, can see the adultness in this moment, and I can see who the child is. Rin does bite Petra's fingers, and there's blood on her mouth, making her look like a maniac. This is not making her case / situation any better. If you act crazy, then they are going to treat you crazy. Rin kind of says the same thing. If they want a beast, they're going to get one. But I think otherwise. Rin is tired of being defiant, and she starts to beg again after acting crazy. She tells Visera, I am the steel behind your force. You need me. He needs the god. Just her begging, the way the audiobook makes her sound, it's just so pathetic. It really is. I don't know if other people have listened to the audiobook, but it's so pathetic. You just like pity her. Rin knew Visera wanted the Esperians. I have no sympathy left for her. Her killing the psych killed me inside. Visera tells Rin that August got rid of the Sorkensia with Esperian weapons. One of the strongest beings was taken out with ease. This whole thing takes me back when Rin was talking to Visera, and she was running her mouth, talking too much when she came back from the Cateriads and the Sorkensia. How many people told Rin that Visera will get rid of her once he had everything he wanted? Too many people. Too many important people. I do give props to Arif Juan for making Rin this like pathetic whining baby. It's not easy to write your main character in this horrible state. Rin is trying to get Visera's attention, and she does this by mentioning Nezha in front of the Esperians. If he's going to backstab me, I'm going to do the same. This is excellent. I would have done the exact same thing. Rin mentions the possibility of 2 little boys entering the grotto. She figures out that Visera let this happen, but they already see her as a crazy person, So Visor plays it off as a mad woman. She's going to talk her mouth off. Yep, kind of guessed that. Rin wants to end her life. Yeah. We all heard that before. She's too much of a coward since she doesn't want to feel the pain. So that's a valid reason. No one wants to feel pain. But her wanting to end her life, it really sucks when she doesn't consider Kittai at the moment. She does in like a couple of seconds, but when she's down on her luck, she tends to self-pity herself a lot. In this situation, yes, I can definitely see everybody having some self-pity. So it's kind of like, I feel like mixed emotions here. Rin starts to feel this pain and starts to search where it's coming from. It dawns on her that the pain she feels is Kittai. The pain she feels, Kittai feels. So the whips she felt, Kittai felt. And maybe even the pain she felt watching the psych guy, he probably felt it. And that's heartbreaking. Kittai is the man. He writes where on his skin so Rin can answer. And that is so smart. The first time I listened to this, I was just so in awe. I'm always gonna be in awe of Kittai. Kittai makes it to where Rin is, and he is grinning at her saying, "Hi there." It's such a Zuko thing to do. It's funny. I think I got that the second time around. Rin, open your eyes. The true man is right in front of you. Kittai is trying to help Rin escape, but it's not working. So there's only one thing to be done here, and Rin understands this. She takes it like a trooper. I will give her that. When wild animals are cornered, they nod off their limbs, and that's exactly what they do here. They manage to escape, and they see that Baji and Suni are still where they left them. Rin says they were victims of her stupidity, and that's the perfect, most truest thing that she could have said. I'm so pissed at her right now that her realizing that she was stupid it makes it a lot better to continue on listening to the audio. They see Ramza, and when Rin tries to get to him, he shakes his head no, and he's going to sacrifice himself so Rin and Kittai can escape. The first time I listened to this, I was bawling my eyes out. I was crying without even realizing I was crying. I was so surprised at how attached I got to the psych. It feels so much more than a sacrifice because Ramza considered the psych as a family. And now that his family is gone, he doesn't want to be here anymore. And that's how I'm taking Ramza's sacrifice. The first time around, I have never hated Rin so much. I don't think I've never hated a character as much as I hated Rin. Ramza giving his life for Rin, when you think about it, the psych value their lives, and now it's all gone because of Rin. When they get to a boat, Venka is there. She is escaping with them. Kittai tries to tell her, you don't have to do this. Your family is here. But Venka doesn't care. She knows that she doesn't belong in Arlong or even in high society. She wants to venture out and do the complete opposite of what her family wants to do. She's a crafty person. She's eager to leave and venture out. I also think this moment is a good moment to ponder after reading book 3. Why is she leaving with them? It's just a good question to think about after reading book 3. Kittai and Venka have been in contact with the other warlords. They inform Rin that they have captured one warlord and that Visor is heading south to make his claim. But the Southerners got wind of this information and decided to rebel right then and there. So Visor has unleashed the Esperians on them, which is very sad after listening to Dodgy memory and what happened to that poor girl at the refugee camp. It's the Esperians, and any man in this state of combat can do anything. And it's just really sad to think about. Rin and Kittai should have done more with the warlords when they had the chance. Maybe They could have gotten away if they worked together. While they are maybe, and that's a huge maybe, that opinion does change in book 3. While they are rowing, they see Nezha staring at them. Rin is in rage mode, which is valid, but these rash emotions always get her in trouble. Rin is in no position to attack Nezha. Nezha does nothing but stand there, and he lets them leave. Nezha just standing there staring at them. It's kind of scary to think about because he can control the water. It will not benefit him to control the water right then and there because he does enter this pain state. But him just staring, where he can call the guards, he can alert everybody, and they would not have been able to escape. So him just standing there staring is kind of, I don't see it as the Nezha we know. I see it as almost like Jason staring at them. It's so weird because he's not like that at all. Rin no longer sees him as a friend, and that he will never give up one of the most powerful positions someone can have. He wouldn't give it up for a friend. I know I wouldn't. That's what Rin says. To me, this feels so much more than just a friend. This is a legacy. This is what he's been and his family have been working for a very long time. He truly believes he's going to make a difference. He's letting them go as a friend, but he's not going to let go of his ideals for his friends. So I wish there was more emphasis on that because it's so much more than just friendship here. Rin does admit to Venka and Kittai that Nezha did try to warn her that she has more enemies than she thinks. Venka says, then he didn't try hard enough. If I remember correctly, she brushed him off when he said that. You didn't take it seriously. You never take anything seriously. So I disagree with Venka right here. When they get to their safe boat, the lilies are there to greet them, and she is wondering why she ever hated them. You hated them because they were beautiful. You hated them because Rin is just a really jealous person. Right now, Rin is my public enemy number 1. They have a moment to talk to the monkey warlord, and they discuss that Visera will become a puppet emperor and that the aspirants will get to do whatever they want. Visera will be getting rich by being a puppet emperor. Arif Kwan could have added a lot more, but it's a lot of information. The monkey warlord does confront Rin about not believing them. I think this is another moment of her being coddled because she doesn't get a stern talking to, it's just kind of let go. Because of her and Kittai, they are screwed. It's not all her fault, but I do think she should have taken advantage or taken accountability for not doing anything with the information she was given. Rin will not give up the South without a fight. The monkey warlord says exactly. Kittai is against it. Venka wants him to lay low, but everyone knows Rin's name, so it won't be easy to hide. I am with Venka here. They should lie low for now or maybe just disappear. I understand Rin's need to fight, but this feels more about her revenge, again, instead of for the good of the people. I do like her fighting spirit, especially in book 1, but moments like this doesn't feel genuine for the people. The monkey warlord is hyping her up and saying that the South has been waiting for you. It feels so insulting later down the line. Kittai definitely doesn't want her to be a figurehead. He is trying to look after her. He is fighting for her to rest. You won't push this responsibility on to her. She has been through enough at this moment. But Rin wants to fight and thinks about the time when she wanted someone to take care of her. If I'm following someone's order, then it's not my fault. It's their fault. This is what got her in trouble, and she understands that. She wants to take autonomy for her own life and demands to be a general and lead the Southern Army. But I do think there is a difference in being eager for it and being mentally prepared. At this moment, Rin is not mentally prepared to take on a army or to lead an army. And the fact is that she has no charisma to her. Who will follow her? Is the phoenix enough for her to be able to get followers? So the monkey warlord is hyping her up, convincing Rin that she can do it. Can Rin be a leader? Rin is thinking about all the people who want to fight and are willing to die for it. She starts to understand that this is a numbers game. If 1,000 die, then I'm going to throw them another 1,000. It's very cruel to think this way. And I don't see it as Rin saving her people. She is trying to prove that she is the winner. You shouldn't have messed with her. You should have chosen her as the winner. It's the beginning of her downfall. In book 1, she started to become a monster when she got a taste of the phoenix and lied to her master about it. She decided right then and there she would do anything to get it. In this book, book 2, this is a turning point for her of using her own people for her own purpose. I want to say that she is learning. Heading towards the end of the book, she is thinking about Nezha and how he took everything from her and how he had everything she always wanted. Again, there's no accountability here. She doesn't look at herself and think about all the choices that she made. She decided to join Visor's army. She decided to fight Phelan for Visora, even though she had plenty of information. I understand her anger. I really do. Anybody would feel this anger and this resentment towards someone that backstabbed them. So her anger is very valid, but I need her to understand that these choices that she made got her to this point. And Kittai also made mistakes. So together they are here because of those choices. Nezha has a job and he did that job. His vision could have included Kittai, Rin, and Venka, but it just didn't work out that way. And that's what Rin told him. Do your job. And that's exactly what he did. Rin feels all this hate towards Nezha. Rin and the Phoenix are finally seeing eye to eye. I'd like to point out that Rin is the one with these emotions. This hate, this despair, this burning. The Phoenix is just there for the ride. She's literally that friend over your shoulder telling you to go for it. Do it. Rin's attitude is her own and not the Phoenix. Thinking about future events to come feels like a punch in the gut for me. The last thing she says is that she is the most powerful force in the world. I cannot wait till she gets knocked down. I cannot wait until Rin gets a taste of reality. Okay, final thoughts of this book. I think this book was a lot better story-wise than book 1. Book one was good. My opinion of Rin in book 1, I told myself to tolerate it because she is young, she's just a teenager. I told myself to relax. In book 2, I expected a lot more of Rin. I expected her to mature. I expected her to be able to control herself a little bit more, tone down the anger that she feels, and just realize that she just needs to be the leader that people need her to be, or the leader that she can be. Unfortunately, that didn't happen at all in book 2. In book 2, I think there was some lost potential overall in realizing who Rin should be fighting, or potential of Rin becoming the leader that she can become. In book 2, in the beginning, all her feelings in the beginning of the book are valid. She's traumatized. She lost Alton. She blew up the island. Kittai's not there. She and the Psyche are runaways. She is in this state of chaos, and that's totally understandable. I can understand that. I expected her to grow up a lot more in this book. I was waiting until she had that switcheroo mental state where she is the leader. She is able to be this strong person she thinks she is. But that never happened in this book. Instead, we got her as a very clingy character to Visera. She is very clingy to this idea. She only wants her revenge. She's not listening to anybody. She's not listening to the information given to her. And she needs this information. This information are golden nuggets for her. And it's just frustrating that she never takes it seriously. And it bites her in the ass in the end of the book. Even though the story, I think, was a lot more interesting and it had a lot more fantasy elements towards it, and I rate this higher than the first book, but Rin's attitude, Rin's development did nothing to really help me like this book. It didn't do anything for me to like Rin. The story and her POV can be really frustrating because she self-pities a lot and she self-sabotages a lot. She wants to make peace with Nezha, but she can't do it because of her emotions. So I'm trying to be patient. I'm always trying to be patient with characters, but Rin just gets on my nerves. We are two completely opposite people, me and Rin. So that's why I'm water and she's fire. Honestly, I think that's why I like Nezha a lot more, because he is water and he was so patient with Rin throughout this whole book. He really was bending backwards to just be her friend. Take away the romance. The romance doesn't matter. He was trying to be a friend to Rin, but Rin made it almost impossible for it to happen. The storyline between her and Nezha, I tried to deny it for a long time that this relationship is not real. I do think that Nezha is inspired. He gets inspired by Rin's fiery, by Rin's inability to get knocked down. She will come back up again. Her ability to talk back and defend herself. I think that really inspires Nezha. It inspires me. He has been a yes man to his family his whole life. For him to see someone fight back against like authority, or someone to fight back against some people that just want her to stay down, I think that really inspires Nezha, and I can see why he wants to stay close to Rin, why he wants to be her friend. And I feel so bad when Rin is so rude to him, when Rin is just, she gets her jealous emotion does pop up a lot, and she is just not bending to his ideals. And not, I don't say bending as in you need to do what I want, but I'm thinking about, she doesn't consider his ideals. She says, I don't care about your ideas. Like, it's dumb. So there's a lot of that in their relationship, and I don't ship them at all. They're two completely different people. Nezha, I see as a man in this book. He truly became a man. In book 1, he is a boy, and in book 2, he's becoming a man, and he is standing firm on his purpose, his loyalty to his father, but his loyalty to the future he believes will change and will be changed for good. I'm so happy that he did not betray any of that for Rin. For one, she doesn't deserve it, but two, I really just admire that Arif stuck to this idea that Nezha is going to be here, Rin is going to be there. There's already so many subtle and not so subtle fights between them that really divide them. When Nezha said, all shamans should be gone and all of this, that really broke something between them. Rin's power comes from her being a shaman, by having the phoenix. Nezha doesn't need it. I can see why these differences can really hurt them. They can't see eye to eye in that matter because they just are two different people, and they have lived in two wholly different environments to a point, to an extent. I don't ship the relationship. I think Nezha is way too good for Rin. Rin needs to grow up. Throughout this whole book, I just wanted her to stop acting like a little kid. She's not a little kid anymore. I tolerate it in the first book. I don't tolerate it in the second book. Absolutely not. With her friendship with Kittai, I absolutely love it. I love how platonic it is. I love that I do see some romantic subtleness in it. Maybe I'm just projecting and maybe I'm just looking deeper into things, but I do see some sort of romance sometimes between them. The way they're close to each other. The Katreid bond that they share is just a formality for the Phoenix, but they always had this bond in book 1. So I was devastated when Kittai was not there in the beginning of this book. I was so sad. One of the other things that truly broke me was seeing their friendship not be as stable in the beginning of the book. But I'm so happy that it became stable later on. And I think R.F. Kuang treated Kittai and Rin's bonding almost like a romance, except without the romance. Kittai is gonna be sticking with Rin no matter what. And it's not until the third book that I realized that Kittai also kind of bends backwards for Rin in a certain way. I love that they're able to say they love each other. I love that they are so they can depend on each other. One of my favorite parts in this book was when Kittai said there is no more loyalty in this kingdom or in this empire. Where is the loyalty? And so he has dedicated his loyalty to Rin, and that is just, it brings me almost to tears because it's so beautiful the way they look out for each other. I don't like Rin, but I do think everyone deserves a friend. The best thing in Rin's life is Kittai, and I wish she could see that, because she doesn't need the Phoenix, she doesn't need the power, she doesn't need any of that. Honestly, she just needs Kittai, and I think she would have been fine. But Rin is ambitious, so of course it's not fine for her. And I think that it almost goes the same with Nezha. Nezha just needed a friend, and he's happy. He was so happy to have his friends on his side. I'm pretty sure I called him a fragile boy in one of my videos, because he is a fragile boy. I can see that. I think I saw that in book 1, because he's so shy. Like, finishing book 3, it made me realize how scared of a boy he is, and you can see that a lot more in the next book. But in this book, I think you see how kind he can be, how patient he can be. It's his environment that makes him put the mask back on, and he literally had a mask. He had half a mask and half a face. So I think that was really clever of R.F. Kuang to put in there, right? He's two-faced. Does that mean that he is the villain of the story? Absolutely not. He is not the villain of this book, not at all. Rin at this moment thinks that she is the powerhouse, and we'll see if that will come true. Moving on to Daji, I really liked Daji and understood her towards the end of the book. It took maybe a paragraph, maybe 2 pages for me to be fully not on her side, but for me to fully understand who she is, like her character, her everything, like everything she stands for. I understand it now, and it took only, like, I don't know, I read the audiobook, but it took maybe less than a minute for me to understand her. And I love her. I love Daji. She sounds so genuine towards the end of the story. She sounds so genuine. She sounds so sorry. Her story about the Muganese, the experience, everything, it's almost childlike, the way her life choices, the decisions that she made was because of that Muganese soldier. And oh my gosh, listening to the second time, my tears were just falling. I was sobbing for her. I was sobbing for her childhood, and it's so sad. And it just brings me back to Rin, who also has been very traumatized by war, by her environment. I think I would have liked her a lot more if she really went in depth into her emotions, into her actions, and realizing what is making her tick, why is she like this? I would have liked for her to go deeper. So I'm glad that we do go deeper into Nezha. We go deeper into Daji. It just makes him so much more complex, and Rin not so much because she refused to do it. And then let's get to Alton, which I hate. I hate Alton. He is such a broken character. And the first time listening to it, I was pissed. I hated this Alton storyline. I wanted it to be gone. I wanted it to be done. I'm like, stop using Alton as a storyline. It's not working. And I still say that it doesn't work because it just feels so tropey. It feels like the main character who's in love with her love interest, and it's just this mess. I don't like it. There's this other book I fell in love with, but unfortunately the love story is almost like this. Not really, but there are some similarities. I just could not do it. I put it down. I was so sad. It truly is one of the heartbreaks in my book world, to put these books down, because I love these books and they were so funny. I vibe, and it's the story that the book has inspired me to write a story just like it, or I am writing a story just like it. That's how much I was so inspired by this book, and it really made me hate romance in books, because this is the romance that she did in her book really was not good. It was not the best, and I think the romance here is not the best. I think R.F. did that on purpose. She doesn't really value romance the way other authors kind of put it in there, and I do think that's because maybe she's learning, and it's okay to have romance. It shouldn't be the main issue because there's so many other bigger issues in this book. But I think she should give it a little bit more attention, just a little bit more love to it. But regarding Alton, I hated him. In book one, he hurts Rin. Even Nezha pointed that out. Nezha, Kitai, everybody saw that he was hurting Rin, and Rin allowed that to happen, and it's just so frustrating. It's what she was in an abusive relationship with him. She clung to him just like someone who is damaged clings to another damaged person. So with him sacrificing himself for Rin in the ending of book one was really nice, because it was a nice thing for him to do, and he was over it. He was done. He just wanted it to be over. He wanted to move on. And so coming into the second book, it's such a shame that he still lingers in Rin there, and it's valid. It's normal for someone abusive to linger inside of you, but I think it was a missed opportunity for this lingering presence. I think it should have been Rin. It should have been her ego, her anger, everything that shows up to the surface. It should have been that Rin. Rin should be fighting herself, because the only enemy you truly face in life is yourself. Alton can't hurt you anymore, and he should have been done, at least in the beginning of this book. In book two, there should have been a moment where she realized that he can't hurt her anymore, instead of so much later down the line. Regarding Chagan, it's not even a love triangle. Alton truly manipulated the emotions of these two characters. That's not my opinion. It was an opinion of Reddit, which I agreed with. He manipulated them in order for him to get what he wanted, in order for him to get order. That man could not love anybody. Rin and Chaga are fighting for something that he can't even feel. Not to the extent that they want him to feel for them. I love Chagan so much because he puts Rin in her place. Rin is coddled. She is babied throughout this book. And it's so ridiculous to hear. Suni took care of her. Blaji took care of her. Ramsa believed in her. They all believed in her, except two of the other psych members, which were smart, and they left. I hope they're living their best lives. But a lot of the characters babied her. Kitai, Nezha, they all babied her. Every time they said, don't talk about Alton, they didn't. They didn't talk about Alton. And it's just ridiculous. So Chagan was one of my favorite characters, and his relationship with Rin, it could be a lie when he said that, when Rin asked, are you jealous of our relationship, her and Alton, and he said no. That could be a lie, but it doesn't matter. this whole Chagan, Rin, and Alton, it needed to end a lot sooner. The Alton storyline, it needed to be cut off in the beginning of book 2. It is a missed opportunity because Rin fighting herself, she could have found some maturity and maybe some closure to her feelings for Alton. This whole dream-like state that she got into, I think it's pretty funny because it felt really childlike, almost like a diary. Dear diary, I am gonna get married to this warlord prince, and I'm having a dinner with all my friends and family. It's kind of childlike, which is fine because I think that may be a point. This vision is a child's vision. It's not a warrior's vision. It's not someone who has lived the rough life. It's not a vision of that. The mark on her chest, it should have been Dodgy's mark because she is the one who put the seal on her. It's a reminder that she will always be there. It should not have been Alton's mark. It's kind of, I hate it that it's Alton's hand because he's gone. The Sorkinsia, Chagan even said so themselves. His spirit, his soul is gone. So who is hurting Rin internally? It's herself. She's hurting herself. And it's also the fact that it's no accountability. She doesn't take accountability to the actions. Instead, she blames it on somebody else. She blames it on Alton. She blames it on Nezha. She blames it for people not listening to her. It's really frustrating. And so the other thing that I like to bring up, so one of the things that I just constantly think about is when she tried to attack Nezha's brother, the highest authority there could have been in the army group. It's so ridiculous the way she attacked him because she didn't get her way. Like, calm down. I was so frustrated in that moment. It was so ridiculous. Oh my gosh. And the way that she was getting ready to kind of punk him with her pee and everything, that's disgusting. And she is so immature. And that was the moment that also made me realize that Nezha is turning into a man. He's turning into a man while Rin is staying a child. It's so dumb. It's something that I still think about. It's so annoying. Just overall, this book was a lot better story-wise than the first book because it moved. The first book was really sad and tragic, and there were a lot of deep themes, dark themes to it. This book also had really dark themes to it, but it felt a lot lighter, especially with the shamanism aspects thrown into it. I think there is a lot of missed opportunity in this book for Rin to mature. I don't think that happened at all. She was given every information given to her and she refused to believe in anyone. Her clinginess to Viceroy was her own doing. And then the audiobook, it made her sound so pathetic. I advise people to maybe read the book before you hop onto the audiobook. The audiobook really made me see Rin as this huge brat because she is a brat. I think the audiobook just amplified that a lot more. But I did enjoy this book a little bit more. Rin is still a pain in my butt. Nezha, I see his point of view. I see that he is not my villain. Might possibly be your villain, but I don't understand why. It's our fault for believing in him that he would turn his world upside down for Rin. Absolutely not. I'm really happy he didn't. I love that R.F. Kuang did that. So it really is our fault for believing in him and falling into this tropey ideal that he will leave everything for Rin. And I'm so happy that didn't happen. It took me to book 3 to realize that he's not the villain after all. The Psyche being gone is Rin's fault completely. She was the commander of the Psyche. She even took back the commanding position. Throughout the story in book 1 and 2, I don't think she's very close with the Psyche. She's always with Kitai or Nezha, which is fine. So I never saw her as a member of the Psyche, a true member of the Psyche, taking up the commander position again, and she failed them again. These people were her responsibility and she failed them. It was her fault. One thing I can say about Alton is that he took care of the Psyche. He dragged Rin back from the gas warfare that was happening. And even though Nezha was there, he went in and grabbed her. That is what a commander would do. Rin had so much information given to her. She could have protected the psych. Maybe she could have gotten along with the warlords. She could have done so much more, but she didn't, because she's only thinks about herself. She only thinks about the moment they are in right now, right here. This is the only thing she thinks about. So if you want to coddle her, if you want to defend your character, defend Rin, defend her actions all you want. I am not someone that will say you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. Everybody has their opinion. They can keep their opinion. They can write their opinion. Do whatever you want. I'm just saying mine right now. It's Rin's fault. And I don't blame anybody else but her. So overall, this book was a lot better story-wise. Rin did not mature enough. It took me forever to finish it because I was dreading reading it through Rin's eyes. I think another perspective would have been nice. Maybe Kitai's perspective. I know that she did a novella or a short story of Nezha's perspective, and there's a quote in there that I just don't. I think people overuse it, and I think people take advantage of this quote. It tricked me into thinking there is something in this book, but there wasn't. There's nothing like that. This book would probably be like a 3, like a high 3. Maybe, yeah, like a high 3. And that's just me being generous. All right, off to the next one, which will take me probably 2 years to finish.